Did I hear you on, Melanie?
Yes.
There's Josh.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey! I'm trying to see where Jackie's at, and then we can get started.
All right.
Hey, where's Nelson? Huh? Yeah, well, I've had it for a little bit, but yeah.
Okay, and just one little thing, if you guys could do me a huge, huge favor. If you could press mute on your phone, just because there's 40 of you, and probably like 30 of you have dogs, and 35 have radios and all that stuff. So if everybody could just take 2 seconds, put your phone, your computer on mute, that would be awesome. Close enough. Okay, cool. If it gets too distracting, then I'll say it again.
Do you have a break coming up soon?
Do what?
Huh?
Would it be okay if you mute your phone until the end of the
On my channel where we're talking about Isagenix, and they're going to give a whole thing about it tonight in just a minute. But if you don't have time, that's fine. I could just tell you about it later.
No, you should tell them to come right now. It's great. Who is that? Can anybody see? I'm trying to look for the... Oh, Jackie's on now. Yay! Okay, one more time. I see... I'm going to call out some people that aren't on mute, so I'm sorry if I say your name, but you're not on mute. Annie, you're not on mute. Chandler, you're not on mute. Taylor, why? Lenova, you're not on mute. Chris, you're not on mute. Elizabeth, you're not on mute. But I'm glad you guys are on, so that's the good thing. Anyways, okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you guys so much for getting on tonight. I love when we have big Zooms like this. It's so much fun for me. Just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up of what's to come, we're going to have Jackie on. She's amazing. She has an awesome product story as well as a business story as well. So perfect that they go hand in hand. Josh is on here as well. He's had an amazing transformation too, so I can't wait for him to share. And then Dr. Bruce, of course, is just this like, I don't know, melting pot of information when it comes to Isagenix. So I can't wait for you to hear from him. And then I get to talk to you about money. So that's fun too. But just to give you guys a little bit of a background on myself, I've been a personal trainer, gosh, for about 4 years now. And I just recently started a company called The Booty Builder, so that's fun too. But basically, when I first got into Isagenix, I was extremely apprehensive. It actually took them 10 months to get me to even say yes, just because I had tried a bunch of stuff in the past and none of it worked. If anything, it had some really negative repercussions. So I was really nervous, to say the least, to try Isagenix just because of my awful experiences in the past. But finally, after actually Katie and Anthony talked me into it, it's changed my life. And I know that that kind of sounds corny, but know that I mean that from my heart of hearts, that Isagenix truly has changed my life, physically and business-wise, both of them. Because I actually even got to quit my job that I absolutely hated after like a month of using Isagenix. So freaking awesome product line, freaking awesome business. It's perfect that they go hand in hand. But I'm super excited for you guys to hear from Josh. So we'll go ahead and start with him. And if Josh, could you just share a little bit about maybe what you thought going into Isagenix and then how you kind of transformed throughout your journey? Just tell us a little bit about that.
All right. Whenever I first started, it was when I first heard about Isagenix is about close to 5 years ago. Whenever Amy first started doing it, and at first, I was like, well, it's just another shake. They're just gonna be doing this, whatever. And then, like as the years went on, they continued taking the shakes and they took all the products, and I got to see their entire family transform pretty much. Like everybody, like when I first met Shane, Amy's husband, he was a big guy. I mean, like not like a big guy, but he was a big guy. He had a Buddha belly, and it was for sure like he needed to lose some weight. I got to witness him go from having this big old belly to now he has a 6-pack abs and ripped out, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do. So 2 years ago, and what I kind of thought going into it, I was like, I need to do this for my own health. I got to witness all these transformations. I think it's my turn. I'm 18 now. I need to do this. So I started on it about 2 years ago, and whenever I first started on it, prior to me actually doing Isogenics, I always thought I had like a pretty good health, worked out a little bit, I ate kind of healthy. But then I went to line school and to work on power lines, and I ate like crap. To be honest, I ate terrible. I had fried food every night. I probably did a little more drinking than I should have when I was in school, and I gained a lot of weight. I gained 60 pounds from whenever I within 4 months. And right after line school, Kelsey, Amy's daughter, told me, she's like, all right, you need to do something about that. It is terrible. And you need to lose some weight. So I was like, all right. So I signed up for Isogenics and I entered the IsoBody Challenge. And within the 4 months, I had lost 60 pounds. I went all the way back down to 200 pounds, and I felt great. I was like, I couldn't believe that I lost so much weight in that amount of time. It sucks because I did the entire 4 months, and then I was 1 hour shy of my submitment time, and so I didn't get to submit my time, and I was disqualified from the IsoBody Challenge. So I was very disappointed in myself for doing that, but I got back on it still, and I continued working out, and I continued taking the product, and it transformed my life. Like I have a very physical job. I work outside in the heat and the cold every single day, and every single day I could have 4 hours of sleep or I could have 8 hours of sleep, and I still have all kinds of energy. It's crazy how much energy I have. I can make it through a 12-hour workday, come home, work out for an hour and a half, and then still be able to hang out until 12 o'clock at night, wide awake, and still feel amazing. And next day, go to bed and wake up again, do it all over. And it's crazy how much energy I have from this and how much it's transformed my life. And I would never go back. I love it.
Yay, thank you so much. And I think that that's so awesome and relatable, because I think there's so many of us who are basically energy deficient, and it's really because of the nutrition that we're taking in. And I know that Dr. Bruce can touch on that a little bit later. He's got so much awesome information. But I feel like all of us are just kind of like begging for more energy, and we're searching for it in all of the wrong places. So I think it's so awesome that you're able to get that from your nutrition, which you can supplement with Isogenics. So that's incredible. Thank you, Josh, for sharing with us.
No problem.
And then Jackie is up, and I'm so excited to hear from Jackie as well, because she has had an amazing transformation as well. And I know that in the beginning she wasn't necessarily too keen on the business. That wasn't her primary interest, but then it just kind of developed because of her amazing transformation. So Jackie, would you mind sharing with us?
Thank you. I would love to share with you. It's been an awesome journey for me. I started in December. I had an addiction, I call it, and it really was an addiction, to Diet Coke. I've been doing it for 20 years, 4 to 5 of the large McDonald's a day. And I was doing a lot of aspartame in my body, and did not want to hear all of the news that was out there about aspartame because I didn't want to believe it. But in December, I started feeling really not well, had a lot of joint pain, had a lot of back pain, had a lot of pain getting out of bed in the mornings, and just overall, I wasn't even 50 yet, not 50 yet, but I felt like I was somewhere closer to 70, I think. And plus I was overweight. And so in December, I called Amy. I've known her for 20 years. I saw her transformation. I saw Shane's transformation, and I finally decided I've got to do something. And so I started in December. I was very skeptical because of all of the programs that are out there. And there had never been a shake that had ever worked for me. Like, I would take a shake, and then an hour later, I would pass by my plate of brownies that were there for whatever reason, and I would grab a brownie too. So most of the time, I ended up gaining weight on the shake. So I was skeptical about that, and I let it go. But since December and being on this program, I have lost 5 pounds to date. But more than that has been a quality of life that I have received, that I guess I I don't know, I would hear stories and think, yeah, maybe they must be doing something that I'm not doing. But when I got onto Isagenix and I really started in that first step, definitely had results. Everybody talks about more energy, and I always want to preface that with, this is not like, there's other products out there, like I think Advocare has one, I think Plexus has one that is just supposedly to give you all kinds of energy. Ours is not like that. It's a very natural type of, it's more like a stamina, I think. And what Josh was talking about, that endurance to get through your day and not feel like I would come home from work before as a teacher and I would want to fall in the bed the minute I got home from work. That was what I was talking about, as far as I could not keep up. But when I started the products, I didn't have like this caffeine jolt of energy, but a stamina and an endurance to get through and to have a quality of life and to enjoy playing with the kids again and things like that. And so this journey for me, like Mallory said, I did not plan to go into the business. I've done other businesses before and just really did not plan to. But in February, when people started seeing my results, the questions kept coming. I mean, I would get Facebook posts, I would get phone calls, I would get people in the hallway at school saying, what are you doing? Tell us what you're doing. And so naturally, I began to talk about what I was doing. And because Isagenix is such an amazing, generous company, I don't have to go out and sell Isagenix. No one sells Isagenix. But when I referred people to Isagenix, Isagenix then paid me bonuses. And before I knew it, I was making more with Isagenix than I was with teaching, which is not a very good commentary on teaching in a private school. But beside that, this fall, I'm going to be able to be at home. I don't want to give the impression to people that it's just, like I don't have to work at that. It is a business. I treat it as a business. And so I am able, though, to not work nearly as hard in this as I had to in some of the other companies I've done before to make the kind of money that I'm making. So overall, I am amazed at what a transformation it has been for me, not just physically, but all the way around. So that's my story, and I absolutely hope that those of you who are listening who were skeptical like me, that you will listen tonight with an open mind and know that, you know what, this is for real. It's legit. So thanks, Mallory.
Yay, thank you so much, Jackie. I appreciate it. And it's so good to hear. I mean, and it's so good to hear both of your stories, because here we are talking to Josh. He's a young guy who, I don't know, he's just kind of on a completely different path than you are, but he's able to use the products just as you do, and you guys both are experiencing this awesome energy. I've seen both of your bodies transform. Like, it's just kind of incredible to see that it can touch everyone's lives in different ways, but really just kind of affect them more for the positive. So I think that that's so great, and I'm so happy for you guys, and I'm so thankful that you're on the team. Yay. Anyways, I'm kind of a weirdo, but we have Dr. Bruce on here, and Dr. Bruce is here to tell us why they're feeling all the things that they are. Why does it give you more energy? Why does it make you feel the way you do? How do you shed the pounds or gain the weight if you need to? How does it affect your body in those ways? So Dr. Bruce, would you mind just kind of sharing with us a little bit of your knowledge on how that affects your body?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to.
Thank you.
That's kind of what I do, isn't it? Right? I was listening to a Simon Sinek thing, and I suggest that we do that, right? Those are great people that help us help ourselves and then help others. But I was listening to that, and he says, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. In between the what we do and the why, there's this how. And that hopefully feeds into our limbic system, the trust system, so that we can start to believe enough to actually try it. Honestly, this entire conversation, whoever brought you to this conversation, it all comes down to, okay, you give it a season of your life and see what happens. That's really what it comes down to, because no one is willing to usually share something unless they've tried it themselves. There are some people you can talk to and you can kind of convince, but it's a very small number. We're not in the convincing business. So Real important. Isagenix is a goal-oriented company. I'm going to talk to you about some basics, very basics, right? But it has a system in place for weight loss, healthy aging, energy, athletic performance, and then the wealth creation. Hopefully that's how you help others, right? Hopefully you at least do a couple of those, because there's a maintenance dose that I do that is more athletic performance and then healthy aging. Even though one of my great friends, Dr. Jim Wiley, and I will on purpose do a cleanse, because that really does reset the adrenals, whatever got into us that was poisonous that we didn't mean to take, and then also feeds our body what it needs. The two parts of this system are really simple, and if you listen to anything, make sure you understand this. The body is miraculous. Give the body what it needs, take out of it what it does not need, and the body will heal and grow as you want it to. That's just the truth. So understand that it's all goal-oriented, though. So if you have goals, whoever brought you to this conversation needs those goals. Please write those down and be willing to discuss those. Hopefully this opens up a line of questioning. That more than anything else, that's what I want to do. Let me also just advise, give it 90 days. Put it in your system, see what happens. If we can get you to there, it's awesome. So I want to point out, too, this is not allopathy. Hey, doc, I have this problem. Can you give me something for this problem? No. This is food. So we're not diagnosing or treating any diseases. That's not our goal here. I'm going to talk to you about some research with Isagenix, the actual products, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the pieces that are in it, okay? One thing I love about Isagenix is what's not in it. You're not going to find ephedrins. You're not going to find these heavy stimulants. You're not going to find stuff like that, not a lot of poison that you can find in other things, okay? So it's just not there. I really like that about this. Also really like the adaptogens that are in all of it and so forth. But let me break it down into just some of the systems, okay? IsagenixHealth.net, by the way, IsagenixHealth.net. If you're a geek like me, that is a great place to start, guys. Start there. Take a look at, type something in that you're interested in and learn what they know. I want to say this. Isagenix does its research on the entire system. For example, Ionix Supreme. That's got 100 botanicals in it. What you'll see in a lot of product lines is because this product line has maca in it, for example, M-A-C-A. Then they get to say, well, it increases this, it decreases that, it's good for the hormones, it's great for, you know, everything from energy to libido, because it has maca in it. Well, is it? Because I don't know. Your particular way of making that, there's no proof that says that. So Isagenix, what Isagenix does on purpose is they take in every one of their blends and they do the research on the blend. So let's touch on Cleanse for Life. Cleanse for Life. This is one of those take away from your body what it does not need, right? There's two parts. Give it what it does, take away what it does not. So here's the thing. You start looking at it, it has a cleansing compound, antioxidant compound, a synergy compound. If you want to know how to bring it to somebody else, pick one or two of these items that are in it, you know, the Ionix alfalfa, burdock, yellow dock, suma root, raspberry extract, what do you want to pick? And do a little bit of research on that on purpose. Just go, hey, I just kind of want to know a little bit about whatever that is. But understand the blend matters, right? So you take a look at something like Pau de Arco. I like this one a lot, okay, for lots of reasons. It actually is para todo in Spanish. It means for everybody. That's what it means. And Lapicol is the main factor. It's one of the chemistries in it. It's antifungal, it's anti-yeast, antibacterial. By the way, they are taking this stuff, injecting it directly into tumors, and it's reducing them. So you need to realize that's a great big deal, something you could consume on a daily basis that's good for you. It's a food at this level, right? It's not a synthetic, it's a food. But why not? It sure seems like it would help, right? Alfalfa ethyl acetate, it decreases cytokine production, which means it lowers pain. We know it does. the saponins also lower cholesterol. So that's just research. Our blend is extremely good here. It's processed. It's not screwed up somehow. We haven't denatured it. Ashwagandha, I love this one, right? Increases white blood cells, relaxing effect on the central nervous system. Anybody need that? You know, like everybody need that? I think maybe all of us. And Shilajit. Now, do you need to know these things? I'm going to tell you, Shilajit, by the way, is the base of every Ayurvedic cure that's ever been made. It's fulvic acid is what you can look at. Fulvic acid has this huge valence. So anything that is oxidative in your body, it would reach out, give it a big hug. It'll either give away an electron, so that bully will calm down, right? Or it will wrap around it and pull it from your system. Great idea. This stuff does what it says it does. It's an aloe vera based cleanse. It's not a poopy cleanse. Please understand, I'm not going to give my patients something that's going to make them sit by the bathroom all day. That's not how this works. This is a cellular cleanse. So look at it like this. If you had to explain Cleanse for Life, your body has a perfectly good washing system that spritzes on the outside of the cells, attaches to everything, and helps drain off the cells. This is like adding soap to that solution. That's really what it's like. And I hope that makes sense to you. Ionic Supreme. This is the give your body what it needs, right? There's a couple of these, but this is the first one I'm going to choose. And you can look at it, oh, it's got the B vitamins, the wolfberry, ionic alfalfa, kiwi, watermelon, hibiscus. You know, any one of those, just pick some. Pick something that you like and say, kiwi, I want to learn about kiwi. What are they doing with kiwi? There's a lot of really good research right now with kiwi and asthma. In fact, a lot of the difficulties with the lungs, they're giving people kiwi and other citrus type fruits, and they're finding that decreases coughing at night, really helps expand the lungs. So it's in there. Why not take it as a food? This isn't a synthetic. This is as a food and can actually help us. Here's the ones that by the way, maca's in there too, just in case if you like MACA. It's a decent one. I chose the ones to look at for tonight. There's 100, you know, so I picked 3. Goji berry, goji, we hear it, right? G-O-J-I. It's actually Chinese. It's gojizi, but we don't say it. That berry has 11 essential minerals, just the berry all by itself, 18 amino acids and carotenoids. By the way, it's a powerful secretagogue for superoxide dismutase. Don't remember that. But there are some really, really important antioxidants in your body. And if you can ask the body to secrete those, you've done very well. This does that, okay? There's another one called glutathione, and I'm going to touch on that in just a minute. But superoxide dismutase and glutathione are probably the 2 most important ones in your body that have to do with antioxidants. A lot of times you'll say, hey, eat some blueberries, they're antioxidants. No, they're not. They're a phase 2 enzyme shifter. You don't need to remember that. Just smile and go, yes, they are, but this guy told me they really aren't, okay? By the way, if you look at blueberry, why not, right? High antioxidant value in a test tube. In your body, it actually causes a phase 2 enzyme shift, which means it removes stuff from you that you did not need. Great idea. It's also anthocyanidins, which improves fasting glucose and improves insulin sensitivity. Anybody need that? Like everybody. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so blueberry is extremely important, and it's already in what you would be taking every day anyway. I love the give the body what it needs idea here. And just for grins, I'll touch on ginger. You know, my mom used to make a lot of stuff with ginger, and I always thought, you know, I liked it because it was spicy and kind of fun, right? But I had no idea just how good that was. If you want to look at digestive aids, the first one that comes up in almost every Ayurvedic book is ginger. It has chemokine inhibition, which is pain lowering. It's also very highly antibiotic, if you didn't know that. So is honey, by the way, and vinegar, apple cider vinegar. I don't know if people care about that, but there's a lot of research out there on that. So let's talk about the protein. Here's another give your body what it needs. Now, I could go into a lot of products in Isagenix, and there's different lines for different things. What you like, right? What do you like? So if your goal is to, for example, get buff, get strong, my suggestion, please, look at the cleanse first. Dump the liver, reset your adrenal glands, and then look into whatever your goals are. Healthy aging, same thing. Jim and I, like I said, we do the cleanse every so often just because it actually does make you feel that good. Protein, yeah. So this is a globular protein, whey protein. So what I like to say about this is that you take 3 proteins and you blend them together, okay? And you roll them up in a ball. Your body will unpack that protein, 3 amino acids, and you will unpack that, and you will, the body will then work with that as it wants to. It will make out of it what it wants to. One of those things it preferentially makes through a co-reductase enzyme is glutathione, which means now you're consuming something that is actively antioxidative. This is a very, very good idea for lots of reasons. You're breathing stuff every day you never meant to breathe, right? It's in your air, it's in your water, it's in your food. And I just want to point out that we really don't get enough of this type of stuff in our diet. A pure source of protein that also has the right fats, the right carbs in the right ratios that actively supports the glutathione system is going to be extremely good for you. And if you want to look that up, please do, right? Look up the University of Illinois Chicago stuff, isogenicshealth.net. It's worth your time. Just look that up. It's microfiltered, it's undenatured, so you haven't changed it. You haven't changed it into something else, right? That's our biggest problem with that. So I want to talk one little thing. When I first got into Isagenix, my hands used to hurt every day. I'm a chiropractor first, right? Wellness doctor second. That's my postdoctoral degree, and I work right next to a bunch of great wellness doctors. But my hands were really kind of bugging me. Kind of important, since chiro actually means hand, it's an important thing. So here's the thing. I decided, okay, why not? I'll do this. Let's see what happens. It took 21 pounds off of me that I did not know I needed to lose. That's just the truth. The other part of it is my hands quit hurting. That was 8 years ago, and they haven't started again. So something changed, okay? I was beginning to worry a little bit about the inflammatory cascade going through my hands, and now I'm not. So I have to tell you, it's a really big deal that you get to the point where you say, okay, I'll try it. My suggestion is start with the 30-day cleanse. Start with that pack or one of those packs. And there's a real reason why. You want to reset all of that first, then start moving into what you really want. Maybe it's healthy aging. I've got a friend of mine, Lisa, on the line here today. I see her name. And she is very buff, very good looking, very strong. But even someone like that, I would say start with your cleanse first, then move into your athletic pack, because that's what's going to make it stable, right? And even occasionally on all of my athletes, I would ask, even Mallory, occasionally it's a good idea to do the cleanse. I'm sure you do, but occasionally it's a good idea to do that cleanse, right? Because it resets all of that stuff. You didn't mean to breathe cyclohexane every time you pressed on your brake. You did, but you didn't mean to. So that's what's happening to us right now. I hope that's enough for you to go, I need to look at that further. I have some questions. If you do, please bring those back to whoever brought you to this conversation needs your goals. That's what we need. You've got to get from what we have, which is less important than how it works, which is less important than you trusting that and saying, why are you doing it? I'm trying to cure the world, so that's why I'm doing it. Pretty easy. Mallory, is that good enough? You need anything more?
No, that's so wonderful. I feel like every single time that you speak, I know there's probably 8 different things that I've never even heard of, and I'm in the health profession, so I don't know if that's embarrassing or not, but you just always provide so much thorough, valuable information that I really appreciate you sharing with us. And I think you mentioned a couple really, really important things. If you couldn't hang on to the big words that he was saying, I think it's really important to recognize the basics of it. And it's that every single day we're exposed to toxicity regardless of where you are, regardless of what situation you're in, whether you're putting on your makeup or driving in your car, whatever the case is, you're constantly exposed to toxicity. That causes inflammation in your body, and that wreaks havoc on your system. And I think that overall, I hope that that's kind of the message that you were conveying, because that's really what
That is close enough.
Perfect, because I feel like it's such a simple thing, but it's so real, and we're all truly exposed to it on a daily basis. And a lot of times I feel like we're trying to reach those health goals like Jackie was mentioning, and she just wanted them, but she didn't know how to get them. But it's really simple. You just need to flush the toxicity and fuel your body with what it needs. So you guys, also there was a Zoom last week or the week before. We had another doctor on, Dr. Jesse, and he provides really great information as well, just like Dr. Bruce. And he was mentioning that 92% of Americans are deficient in some area, mineral deficient, nutrient deficient in some area. So it's kind of funny to me that people have such a negative idea of the word supplement, when really actually supplements are necessary. It's something that all of us truly need, because we're not capable of getting the vitamins and nutrients that our body needs to keep that toxicity out of our body, keep that inflammation down, and really function as we're intended to. So I think that's so important that we recognize supplementation as a necessity at this point versus I don't do supplements, because that doesn't make sense. You need supplements. So push that pride aside a little bit and give your body what it needs. Other cool thing, you guys, is it's so easy to get your stuff paid for at minimum. There's a massive potential to earn money in this business, especially in this company, because of our compensation plan. I need you to understand that. But it's so easy to get your stuff paid for. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. And here's the deal. If you're feeling better, if you're losing weight or gaining lean muscle mass, or you're decreasing your inflammation, your hands don't hurt anymore, whatever the case is, it's almost like rude of you not to share that with your friends. It's inconsiderate of you not to share that success with your friends because they want the same thing as you. So never keep your story and your successes to yourself, because there's somebody else out there that wants/needs those same things. So I'm going to show you how this works. So this is you. You come in hopefully with that 30-day system that Dr. Bruce was talking about, or even a President's Pack. A 30-day system is absolutely incredible. How Isagenix works is you pay $29 to get your account. This is you right here. I know this probably is not an accurate description of what you look like, but this is how I made you on here. So this is you. You paid your $29 and now you're in Isagenix. That gets you a wholesale account. It's kind of like a Costco account or like a Sam's Club. I feel like Katie always says Amazon Prime account. So you only pay that one time a year and you get the cheaper prices. So it's kind of like a no-brainer. So this is you, and then you buy whatever pack you want. A 30-day system, you guys, has 68 meal replacements. It comes with 4 tubs of the cleanse. It can make that Ionics that he was talking about. Did I say 4 tubs of cleanse? Because I meant 4 tubs of the protein shakes. And then you get the cleanse, the Ionics, and a few other things in there as well. 68 meal replacements. The meal replacements come out to be $3.99. If any of you went to any drive-thru today or any restaurant at all, and you can raise your hand and tell me that you spent $3.99, I'm probably going to say that you're fibbing, because it's really hard to only spend $4 in a drive-thru. It's like virtually impossible at this point. I don't even care if you're on the dollar menu. It's still really hard to do. So you're giving your body what it needs for cheaper than a drive-thru. I mean, that's kind of silly at this point. So this is you. You bought your 30-day system, and you're seeing amazing results. You're feeling better. You have more energy. Your hands don't hurt anymore. So you're going to tell your friend. Not just one friend, though. You're going to tell 2 friends. This is what's called U+2. You guys, if your friend comes in with a 30-day system, you actually get a $25 bonus back. Same for this friend. And if they happen to come in the same week, they come in the same week together, that doubles. So instead of getting $50 total, you just got $100 back. Like if a grocery store told you, hey, if you shop here and referred 2 friends, we'll give you those groceries for free, you would be calling them on the phone right now. So you can't even say that you wouldn't. So refer your 2 friends. And then the next step is to get your friends to help them and refer 2 friends. So this is your mom. We'll just say this is your mom right here. So we're going to have your mom find 2 of her friends. Maybe it's your aunt and then her best friend. Your mom's going to get money as well. So she's going to get $50 for referring 2 friends, but you're actually going to get $100. I didn't mention up here that when you refer 2 friends, you get $50. I'm going to throw that in there because you get 50 also. And then this friend over here is going to refer 2 friends as well because they're feeling amazing. They dropped 10 pounds, have more energy, whatever. So when they refer their 2 people, they get $50 like you did, but then you actually get another $100 because they got their 2 people. So you're already at $350. But the really awesome thing about this right here, you guys, is because you did what's called U+2, then +2, you get another $250 back. So you're already at $600. So you more than paid for your pack. I mean, you paid for your pack and you, I don't know, have an extra $400 to stay at a fun hotel with your kids and your family. Whatever you want to spend $400 on. But the thing is, you guys, it's super easy to refer people because everybody wants what you have. They want you they want to lose 5 pounds. They want to gain that 5 pounds of lean muscle mass, whatever the case is. People want to feel better. So let people know what you're doing. But the other cool thing is when it comes to Isagenix, we do not say Isagenix on our social media 99% of the time. If you look on my page, Isagenix is my full-time job. It's my primary source of income. But if you look on my page, my Facebook, I don't say message me if you're interested. I don't say Isa Life. I don't post a picture of Isagenix things. I just don't because I want my friends to like me at the end of the day. I don't want them to unfriend me because I'm posting Isagenix everywhere. So instead, I just post about my life just like Jackie does and just like Dr. Bruce and just like Josh does. And guess what? We're all making money off of it now. We're making money by helping other people get healthy. that just makes sense. If that doesn't click with you, then call me because we need to have more in-depth conversation. But I hope that helps you guys. I hope it makes sense. If you have any questions at all, definitely message the person who had you get on. But also make sure you let them know if you're a new person getting on the line, make sure you let the person know who got you on, whether or not you're interested. So just say, hey, I'm super stoked to get me on that 30-day system. Or you know what, that girl at the end, she was a little crazy, so I'm probably going to skip out this round. Whatever you're feeling, it's no problem at all. Just shoot them that message and we'll get you started. Thank you guys. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Dr. Bruce. And thank you, everyone, all 60 of you for getting on. I hope you have a great night, guys. Talk to you later. Bye. I see hands waving. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.